So hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, and today in this video we are going to discuss what are the basic steps for data analysis. Here we will be discussing the total 6 steps which are involved when we going to analyze our data. So first of all, we'll discuss why do we analyze data and how we can start with that. So before understanding anything else, you should all what is data. So data is simply the collection of all the facts and figures you encounter about a particular thing, that is any entity, any object, any place, or any person also. So this is data. So now when you process the data, this becomes an information, and this information is useful for everything you can do with the help of the data. Now the question is, why do you want to analyze or process this information? So that is very simple, because to make some decisions you want to analyze the data. Nowadays people are worried so much about taking the right decisions, and they can only trust the right data for that. So it is very important to first follow some steps which are essential in order to come to any conclusion before you process your data for its analysis. So let's discuss what are those particular steps which are must to be followed when you are analyzing your data. So number one, we shall start with how to collect your data. So first of all, you need to collect your data from the right sources. It is very essential to get your data from the right sources which has been sourced properly and followed all the credibility as well as all the ethics while collecting the data. So what is actually ethics in collecting the data? So there are basic guidelines which tells you what you are going to do with the data, what it is used for, how it is being collected, and is it going to reveal something about the particular identity of a person, place, or thing. So those kind of things you need to take care, and for more details I'll be covering these also into my coming videos. But now you need to understand that the data should be collected and sourced properly. So authentic data as well as the data which you have proper authentication for, you should be using only that kind of data for any analysis purpose. Let's start how to analyze our data. So first step is to ask. What does ask mean over here? Ask means simply to ask all the valid and possible questions to the stakeholders which are actually involved into this. So there must be a project or a question which you need to find the answer to. For that you need to first understand what the problem is, and for that you need to actually find out the right questions to be asked from the right people. Who are these right people? So these right people can be anyone who is associated with the project. They are very well known as stakeholders. So those people who have put their effort and their resources into a particular project, they are supposed to be its stakeholders. So you need to ask the right set of questions to these people in order to get and streamline what you exactly want your data to tell you. So the entire intent of asking so many questions is to actually find out that particular question or a problem statement which is you are going to resolve using that data. So suppose you have a particular situation wherein you want to actually increase the sales of a particular organization in a particular product line. So for framing that requirement, for framing that problem statement, you need to ask a lot of questions to its stakeholders. These stakeholders are generally the high level management people, everyone who's involved in the business. They are actually the right stakeholders for the particular project. Suppose there is a business of any clothing line, so you need to understand what is their business, where they source their data from, and things like that, whatever can be relevant to a particular situation. A question is also an art and also science. So it is very important and essential to analyze what kind of questions are you supposed to be asking. So before starting any kind of development, you should focus on asking more and more questions in order to understand the requirement properly. And this completes your step for ask. So to know more on each of these steps, stay tuned and subscribe to my channel and share it with your other friends also. I hope information like this or knowledge like this is not available so frequently on internet. So definitely please consider subscribing and sharing it with your other friends. I hope this was useful and it would be helpful in growing your career as a good data analyst. I will be meeting you in the next time. Thank you so much and bye bye.